Here we go again. So yesterday I was stumbling again and again because of the fact that I was having headaches frequently after coming from tuition. I don't know why is that because maybe I have been uh, recently holding loads of information in my mind which got my neurons weakened over time. So today I woke up from the morning, and the thing is that I haven't been able to perform at my best in the morning, which I was supposed to do, like waking up and hitting for a run outside. That was my plan. But guess what? I just had my phone beside the bed, and then I just when I woke up, I just took my phone and then scrolled for hour, and that was a very bad start. I gotta admit that. Uh, I'm trying, but trying won't get me there because the bad habits are like hooked onto my schedule, and I need to remove that. But it's not happening so fast, and I gotta be very serious about that. So let's talk about what I have learned yesterday. Yesterday, I was researching all about the high-speed railways of various countries like France, China, Japan, and um, European countries like Spain, Italy. And after reading the Wikipedias of those trains, I was like, damn, bro. I mean, the development is the journey of the development was so crazy. I mean, look at how France has developed their own high-speed railway technology, and then many countries started to import that technology from that country, which has saved France from downfall of their own economy. TGV played a very, very big part in maintaining, upholding the economy. And I really liked how China actually derived various technologies from different countries and then made their own technology by stating those imported technology as base and then putting on layer after layer to form their own railway technology, which went very much successful in not only in their own country but also in the country like Indonesia. And also, I think there should be a case study where both Japan and China were in a competition on bidding to build their high-speed railway technology for Indonesia, and how China outmaneuvered Japan. Because at that period of time, Japan was very highly known for its high-speed train technology, but then China was emerging player at that period of time. Back then, China was not even known for their high speed relay trains. But guess what? The tables have flipped right now. And yeah, really exciting to learn about that. And also, I was reading about dystopia. I was reading about dystopia where a totalitarian government would control every people on earth, and how that would lead to the destruction of humanity, because if there is no free will there is no humanity. That's the truth. And I have been recommended a book known as 1984 or something like that, something similar title to that. And I will read that at a certain period of time, because that book literally describes, that book is said to be describe the the concept of totalitarian government, the dystopia that the world will turn over if that occurs. And yeah, it's really, really dark. No one wants that. No one wants that to happen. And by dystopia, what brings in my mind is that right now, every phones and technologies that we are using are literally powered by monopoly companies like Google, Microsoft, and all those companies are from one country. Isn't that so strange, man? I mean, just imagine every technologies that we are using right now, no matter if they are from different companies, they're still in the same damn country. If that country wants to block the technology to be used in another country, let's say the USA wants India to not use any of their technologies, it will be blocked, man. And we will have no other choice, bro, because we are all relied on Windows, Macintosh, Google, all belongs to the one country. That's a scary part. But guess what? There were some companies in India who had uh, developed alternatives of these social media platforms. But the thing is that you can't just only make the alternative of the social media and just think that it will gain trajectory over the population of India. But nah, bro. Listen, what you have to do is that okay, you just made the technology, that's great, but you just have to put on many efforts, many energy and money on research and development to make it a world class, I mean really world class apps that could surpass the performance of those existing softwares and apps. That's how you make that's how you dominate the population of India, and not only that, everyone will start to use that. That's the thing. Anyway, so I was reading all over. I was reading about the Oort cloud, OORTS Oort cloud that is being surrounding our solar system, and yeah, I'm just shocked to know that our the satellite Voyager 1 hasn't even reached the Oort cloud. I thought that it escaped solar system and escaped the influence, the gravitational influence of that. But guess what? After reading the Wikipedias, I was like, oh my god, bro, it's so huge. I mean, it would take 2,000 years to reach in between the Oort cloud. Wow, oh my god, bro. There was this interview done by Ranbir, where a very renowned man, I guess he's a very renowned in technology all over the world. He was saying that the main concern that humanity should have right now is to escape the solar system. I don't know why he said, but let's assume that he said it because of the rise of the danger of technologies like artificial intelligence that are going on. And yeah, from artificial intelligence, I was reading an article of singularity, like how even is that theory possible, and also everything about that. So singularity is all about technology evolving rapidly until it becomes very much impossible to reach at that level of intelligence. Right now, humanity have its own limitation of cognitive things. Our cognitive brain has its own limitations, but you know what? Technology is evolving. Back then, it was some kind of tubes, binary digits, and then it came transistors, and then chips. We have integrated chips, and then it's just went to silicon, and then I think we will have photonic chips, which would be very super fast. The processing power would be monstrous, and like that, the technologies will keep evolving over time until it would be like every single day. Like the graph is like this. I don't remember what the name of the graph is. It was similar to like Dino's graph or something like that. Bono's graph. I don't know. So the graph will be like the graph is like this right now, the progress graph, and maybe we are here. And there will be a time when the technology would be so rapidly evolving that every day there will be this new kind of innovation, and then maybe we won't be able to. And that's true, given that our cognitive system has its own limitations, our intelligence, the speed of the intelligence has its own limitations, we would not reach to that speed of processing power those machines would have. And I think that in order to catch up to those technological processing power. I think someday biology and computer would merge together. I think that someday computer would be merged into our own biological body for us to evolve with the technology, brain technology. And I think that would be, you know, a safe option given if the technologies are like artificial intelligence evolve to become super artificial intelligence and they start to make their own decisions. I would rather choose the option B of merging technology into biological beings than to see artificial intelligence becoming super intelligence and then doesn't need us anymore like that. If that ever happens, then humanity would be extinct. Right? Also, it's so interesting to see how human beings have been evolved into today's Homo sapiens. Back then, it was Homo erectus or something like that, and there are many stages before which, and after which, humanity today is now Homo sapiens. Maybe after merging technologies, we would be called Homo techno, something like that. I don't know. I mean, it's so interesting to know about that. So I was researching all over that, and then various uh, psychological terms related to extinction of humanity or singularity, something like that. Yesterday, while I was in maths tuition, I was facing this immense pressure in my mind. I thought that it was coming because of the eye allergy that I had. Like my, if air hits my eyes, then my brain starts in pain, starts to suffer in pain. And after coming home, I was like in immense pressure. When I started to speak in front of this camera, I was jumbling my words all around anything. It was in a very chaotic structure. Unlike now that I am speaking in a very structured manner, not in a structured manner, but still, my flow of words is proper right now. But back then, back yesterday, it was so haphazardly spoken, bro. I just stopped recording and just relaxed for a bit for the whole day and just slept. And today I just woke up and feeling great. I don't know why that happened. I need to study my own limitations because in order to progress, you have to literally learn your own limitations and just shape your own environment according to that, shape your own tools and techniques according to your own limitations. And then, you know what? You don't want your limitations to limit your progress. You want your limitations to, describe how you would take the next steps. And then also, little by little, break that limit one by one. Not one by one, little by little. That's the thing. And then I was, yeah, exactly. There was this Instagram reel where the man, the speaking coach, was telling that, just search impromptu speech prompts in ChatGPT, and using the prompts that ChatGPT gives you, you just speak in front of the camera related to that topic for 1 minute straight without pausing. And that method would further improve your fast thinking that you do regard. I'm stumbling here again. So that prompts will help you to improve your speed of thinking during speaking, and which is really important if you are giving a speech, a public speech in front of a huge audience. And if someone asks you a random question, then you will be able to answer that very quickly in a very structured manner. And the practice from the very advanced would help you do that. And impromptu pieces, I have that impromptu speech prompts, but I guess I won't be able to open right now, because if I open right now, then the camera will be closed and the video will be paused, and I don't want that to be paused because Later on, if I pause that and start again with resuming the camera again, then I need to merge those videos in one video so that I can upload the whole thing on YouTube. But then guess what? I don't have much storage in my phone right now, to be honest. My phone storage is right now overflowing. It's at its limit. I need to delete many files. But before doing that, I need to back everything up in my drive. So yeah. Also, I need to have a part-time job or some kind of job to earn money, bro. I mean, I need to do that because I just can't find any good help. No, I can't say that like that. I just can't find any better opportunities like that. I need to find my own opportunity to earn money. And I think right now, for right now, remote work would be best. Let's see how I can turn that over. And first of all, I need to keep my speaking ability served because I would eventually be on Zoom calls if that opportunity ever comes. Or right now, I'm applying for various internships, and then I might have the opportunity. No, I know, don't use the word might. I would have the opportunity to speak in front of the recruiters as an interviews, and then I need to respond very fast in a very structured way. So advanced preparation is very much well paid later on. I don't know what to talk about right now. The thing is that I would still need to work on my bad habits because it's been relapsing again and again. Like right now, I woke up in the morning and then just scroll for 1 hour. That was very devastating, bro. That's very devastating to my own health. It's better to just sit quietly, bro, than to scroll. I mean, the dopamine that you get every morning, that's very harmful at the very start of the day. That dopamine spike could, irritate you every single day. But you need to resist that urge to indulge in that dopamine because the more you resist that urge to indulge in the dopamine, the more that habit will wear off gradually from your mind, new, from your body. Because the dopamine receptors are becoming numb to that the more you indulge into dopamine, like that artificial dopamine. The natural way to get that is just go outside, have a run, and just embrace the morning sunlight. That would be much better, better, literally. So, yeah, while I was browsing the Wikipedias of various trains, I was thinking of, I think there should be a museum where every kind of trains from all around the world would be constituted in one place. That is so interesting, man. That is so marvelous to have that at the same place. Every kind of steam locomotive engines, every kind of you know trains at each developmental stage, like TGV. Then we have Japan, various Japanese prototypes that got tested at that country. Then we have Chinese. Then we have Indian. Yeah, of course, Indians have many trains. So there's so many trains all around the world, and we could keep that at the same place as a museum, bro. I mean, that would be so exciting. Someday, if I become a very rich man, I really do want that to happen, make that happen, bro. I'm myself a train enthusiast, literally. And the things that, in order to improve my memory, I was thinking about this thing. I want to learn many things. I want to remember many things, and I want to learn more about trains, planes, and all those technologies and stuff like that. I just want to know them right away. on a notebook or on Notion and want to remember that. In order to do that, I need to recall that again and again. So yesterday I thought of studying the Notion, the habit of writing everything that I learned from the Wikipedia at Notion. Because if you just mindlessly scroll Wikipedias without remembering anything, then it's just a waste of time, bro. If you can't remember that thing, then I mean, it's better to just read lays and note everything that you read than to just scroll a lot of Wikipedias and remember very less, right? Although it would give you a sense of, I am learning many things, the brain would be falsely informed that you are learning many things, but it isn't the fact in reality. Your brain will think that, oh, I'm learning a lot of things, so you just go on scrolling, reading the Wikipedias, but later on, if you just don't remember them all. Information overload is a real thing. And I think yesterday I experienced that since morning. I was like, literally reading a lot of things, and my RAM of my brain got overloaded and it just busted out. I think that happened yesterday. What I would need to do now is read a lesson, note down every single thing that I read, and then recall those things until it's very much inserted in my own memory. That would be very much beneficial. And what more things that I learned? There are many facts, I guess. I just don't happen to remember them. And what more did I learn about? Okay, let's do the exercise that I did day after yesterday. The exercise of ending a sentence with a specific word, starting another sentence with a specific word, non-stop without stopping. Let's go. So, what do you mean by let's go? Let's go and learn all the technological wisdom that Wikipedia has. Wikipedia, it is such good encyclopedia you could have right now, and it has so much storage. It has so much information that it is so much big than university itself. University, you don't need to go to university. Every information is right here. The only purpose of university is social aspect of that, social settings that university gives you to socialize with the random students, teachers, and also in the part of teachers you could just ask anything that comes to your mind to the teachers, because that also works well. What actually works well, it's up to you, it depends on you, because if you have budget you can just go to college. You don't have budget, you have to study hard to get a scholarship and pass the examinations. If you don't have both of them, then blah blah blah. That literally uh, is the baseline of your own starting line, man. I mean, you just have to build up your own knowledge and money, bro. There's no other way. And maybe I'm right now in that state. I might have knowledge, I might, but the thing is that I don't have any money. And in order to make money, I need to find a remote job, something like that. How to find those jobs? I'm applying for many internships, and in order to pass that internships, I need to nail the interviews that the recruiters will take. And in order to nail the interviews, you need to speak in a very persuasive, structured way, which would force interviewers to literally place you in the job. Because even if you have less knowledge, if you just speak in a very structured way to easily, so that the interviewers easily understand every words that you speak, then it's bingo. And in order to do that, here I am speaking in front of the camera. But what happened yesterday? What happened when I was not properly delivering my words in a very structured flow and in a very straight way, bro? I mean, that has to be studied very well. In order to study your limitations very well, you have to write down everything that you are doing every single day. What I mean by every single day, you literally set your daily habits, bro. The things that in a short term you won't feel the harmful effects of scrolling phone for 1 hour after waking up, but in the long term it would be a momentum, and after the momentum occurs, then it would be the biggest impact you will ever face in your life. Boulder just got big enough to make you fall. And in order to escape that, you need to cut out these small bad habits and instead replace that with simple, boring habit that will gradually won't affect you that bad. And in order to do that, you need to discipline, brother. So, and what I mean by brother, my brother is right now giving exams on school. What I mean by school, my school has end date. I will no longer study in school except for the fact that my exam center is at my own school, and I'll just go give the exams at the school, and just after the exams ends, the school ends, and that's it. What I mean by exams, I need to study a lot for my exams because right now my physics and chemistry is at zero, and my math is well good for now, but I need to study a lot of physics because of the fact that my physics teacher is very, he's not strict, and that's a very problem, and that's a real problem. I need to put every effort on myself. The thing is that he takes money, and I literally hate that. Really hate that. I hate the fact that I am not making my money, and I know my parents are giving every money to everyone. And that's why whenever I have this urge to eat even a little, I just sit straight or just, go beside the road to think random things. I have developed this discipline of not eating instantly when I feel hungry because I can stay all day without eating, and that I have developed that pain threshold by going through hard times. What I mean by hard times make hard man, not that hard sapped. Now, what I mean by sapped, you need to control your sapped. Exactly. You need to control your sapped. The moment it get the itches, you need to control that. When it gets itches, that signal will go to your brain, and then the brain would have the millisecond to decide yes or no. What happens usually? You say yes, and then your hand goes down and it rubs. And that's the main problem. When the signal goes to the brain, you need to pause and say no. That thing would be very much uncomfortable at the start. But guess what? Later on, that would gradually be very much powerful. The discipline to control your urges. That discipline is very sexy, brother. And if you don't develop that discipline, then you are doomed for life. What kind of company that you will be building in future if you don't have your control over your organs, bro? That's the first thing. And I'm questioning everyone if you're watching till far. I'm very much sure no one will be watching this big video of my rambling over anything that comes to mind in order for the sake of improving my speaking skills. But guess what? Nothing will remember. Nothing will happen right now. So I need to deploy a lot of speaking exercises after I record this video. Maybe I would be going out, use that chat GPT again to generate impromptu speech prompts, and then speak in front of this camera without stopping for 1 minute for a single topic. And I know I have this last minute wait about I will be rumbling in my mind. It's right now. So speaking skills. Next one, technical skill. And free code cam has everything that you need. There is no skill issue, bro. The only issue is that discipline. Discipline is the only issue. So what I need to do right now, I'll just go out, have my lunch, have my breakfast, and then I would be uploading this video in YouTube and delete that video from this video from my device so that the storage have its own space to record for the next video. So, bye. I'll be there.